Now it may surprise some of you, but marshmallows are actually medicine. Or at least they were when they were invented over 4,000 years ago, but I dare say the marshmallows in the store these days are not medicine. And in fact, I don't even have the main ingredient they're named after, which is marshmallow root. So today we're going to make easy homemade marshmallows that are healthy and are actually medicine with only 5 ingredients. You start by mixing together some hot or warm water with marshmallow root powder. And we're just gonna let this set for at least 5 minutes so it can infuse the water, and you can also let it set overnight. Just make sure you put it in the fridge so it can stay cold. Now once your water has been sitting for long enough, we're going to take a cheesecloth or a strainer or both even, and we're going to strain that water into another container. Now once you have it strained, we're going to put half of it back out into a measuring cup, and we're going to take the other half and we're going to add a bunch of honey to that. And you could also use maple syrup for this if you don't like the taste of honey, because after the marshmallows are done, you will be slightly able to taste the honey. Just dump it in there. Now we're gonna whisk this honey and water together, and we're gonna go put it on the stove and let it come to a boil, and it has to reach 240 degrees while boiling. Now while that is boiling, we're going to get out our mixer or beater. I'm going to use a KitchenAid because I already did CrossFit today and I do not want to do that arm workout again. You can use a hand crank egg beater, a whisk, or even just a handheld beater. We're going to take some gelatin, and I always like to make sure it's the beef gelatin. Just put it in there, and we're going to add the other half of our marshmallow root water. Stir it up a little bit. Then we're going to let that set to dissolve while the honey and water is boiling. Now once your honey and water is almost hot enough, we're going to start this mixer. You just want to do it on low for now. And you might have to take a spoon and scrape it away from the bottom and the sides because it gets clingy. Now once your honey and water is done boiling, we're going to slowly add it in here. And while you add that, the gelatin is going to melt. Then speed your mixer up to medium. Once you have it all added, we're going to turn the mixer to high. And we're just going to whip this until it gets white and stiff. Now once this is almost done, you can stop it and add some flavoring if you want, but the flavoring is optional. I'm just adding vanilla. You want to go on beating it until it's done. Now you don't want to beat this too long or it's going to get really stiff. So once it forms soft peaks like this, it should be done. And at this time, it should also taste like marshmallows. And it will still be warm too. And you want to take a pan that's lined with parchment paper, and we're just going to dump that on there. And just so you're beware, that little bit of ingredients makes a lot of marshmallows. Now just spread that out evenly. Now if you want to make colored marshmallows for your kids, you could just add some natural food coloring to this. Once you have it spread out, we're going to let it cool off, and you can do this in the fridge if you want to speed up the process. You want these to be cold before you do anything more with them. I just pulled these out of the fridge. They are hard now, or stiff. They're kind of sticky, but you want to take a pizza cutter or a knife and cut them into squares. You can do as big or as small as you want. Now these should come right off the parchment paper pretty easy. This is what they look like. I started making these and giving them to my cousins, the little ones, and they love them, and the fact that they're healthy with no processed sugars is amazing. So now the next time you want to have a s'mores night, you can do it the healthy way with homemade graham crackers and homemade marshmallows. And these are mostly good for gut health because of the gelatin that's in there. It's really good for gut health. And I'm pretty sure you know where to find the recipe. It is in my Amish cookbook under marshmallows. Only 4 ingredients, 5 if you add flavoring, and that is all it takes. And the cookbook is only available on my website, socialsbylavina.com. And that website is on my profile or in the caption. Enjoy!